rotated on it, graduated on it, to get to this money. Niggas know what it is. We most hated around here, you dig? When you get to the money, you always gonna be most hated. Just live your life and get to the paper, you dig? Yeah, we came from the bottom, but we elevate. Now we sitting at the top, they said we most hated. They said we graduated, came up from not having things. Now we celebrate success, man, that's a heaven. Yeah, we came from the bottom, but we elevate. Now we sitting at the top, they said we most hated. They said we graduated, came up from not having things. Now we celebrate success, man, that's a heaven. I said we came from the bottom, but we elevate. Now we sitting at the top, and we most hate. Went from being down to a nigga levitate. Yeah, I'm having everything. Yeah, I'm going places. You can never slow me down. I'm at my own pace. You can never slow me down. I run my own race.
Back with another one. Season 3 is still going. My next guest, man, he's a entrepreneur. He works with at-risk youth, and he works with foster youth. Not only does he do that, but he has his own clothing line. My twin, my guy, Victor Lockett. What's up?
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Yeah, man, how you been?
I've been good, man. Trying to, maintain in this world. I can't complain.
Yeah, man, I've been watching you, man. You out here doing your thing.
I tried, man. I try to do my thing. I'm glad that you see me, and I'm glad that people can see me. I'm trying to be out here.
Yeah, that's good. So, man, just give me a rundown of your history in Fresno, because you've been everything from a student athlete. Right. You went away for college when that wasn't really what guys in Fresno was really doing. Right. So we met at Washington Union back in 2000. It was 2000, right? 2000. Yeah, this guy on campus, man, with a lot of energy. Like, he had a lot of energy back then. He mellow now for some reason, but back then, man, he had a lot of energy for a big guy.
You remember how we met?
Yeah. They kept saying, "Oh, he looked like you. Y'all look like twins." I said, "Nah." In my mind, I look better than him. Yeah, but
the funny part was, like, when we first met, like, Cove is way dripped out now than he's ever been. When I first met Cove, this boy was wearing a sweater vest with no shirt underneath.
Oh yeah.
Some pants, and like the Walmart brown slip-ons.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh my goodness."
You had to go with what you had, man. I was from a single parent household. Shout out to my mama, man. She tried to do what she could do, but I didn't want to make a fuss, so I just wore it, man. I wasn't finna go to school, make a fuss, because all she was gonna say, school ain't no fashion show.
Right. One thing I learned from DeCoven, though, I learned that at an early age. DeCoven, it was a person that I've seen that has intrinsic confidence that I ever seen from anybody else. Like, I remember going clubs with him. He felt like when he stepped in the room, the party has started. Cove is here. And I've never met, like, especially a bigger person with as much as confidence as he had. And I had learned that from him over time.
Yeah, appreciate it.
In our friendship.
Yeah, but you, man, you brought the best out of me sometimes, especially on that damn football field, man. Because, golly, I could be doing my best out there. Oh, it ain't good enough. I'm still better than you. Then I could be having the worst day of practice. Y'all making it even harder for me, like, because that was me on varsity with y'all, with the big guys. My second year ever playing.
Right.
Shout out to Freitas and all them guys, and for seeing something in me. I didn't see it myself because I was ready to go back down to JV, but going against you every day I practice, like, God damn, man, this motherfucker. Right. Like, he would not shut up, so I had to do good. Just
but I learned, over time, that's how, men banter. When men are bothering you and talking about you, I feel like that's when, we're making that connection.
Yeah.
But when they're not bantering you or talking about you, like, it's kind of like they don't mess with you. It's weird how, men connect, but that's just how we do it. Because, as long as we bantering you and messing with you, like, we cool. That's cool. And I learned in high school, like, that's how we show love.
Yeah.
We talk about
each other.
Especially
the black community.
Yeah, we talk about each other, We might even say you dress nice, but we're going to throw some jokes in it. Boy, I see you over there stinking. Your pants is tight, but you over there looking good, though. And I noticed that over time. That's how we do things.
Yeah, because sometimes you don't want to just. Now it's cool, like, okay, give cats compliments, but back then, man, it was complimentary.
Yeah.
But it was kind of hateful at the same time, like some diabolical haters.
All right.
Yeah, but that brought the best out of everybody, man, because that's what drove us. Okay, man, I got to get my clothes game right.
Right.
Man, I got to get my speech right. I got to get everything right. So, man, when I'm in these different kind of settings,
right,
I could conduct myself as a young man, especially a young black man.
right. When you say clothes game right, when I think about clothes, like the first time I could think about it, like I had to step my clothes game up, I would blame it on the brackets.
Oh yeah,
the family. I would
yeah.
blame it
Oh
on
yeah,
the
they was all
bracket
fly.
Family, like
Yeah.
they made me feel like I needed to step my clothing game up, like the whole family, like. And I noticed, I was always into fashion, but that's when I was like, okay, it's time to step my game up. Like all of them all used to come to school nice. And everything.
Yeah, they had it though, man. They was like the blueprint of what was happening in the world at that time, because those guys in particular, they was up on the latest fashion, the latest music.
Right.
Not only them, but like Carl Ross, like a lot of basketball players had the Slam magazine, so they getting the fashion from there. And us as football players, we didn't have that luxury of knowing what fashion was, because we was always at football practice, so we didn't get a chance to watch none of what was going on MTV or BET. Right. So we had to look at what was around us to get the fashion tips.
Right. And so for me, it's like, I've always been around people with fashion. I remember my freshman year, like the person that I know, like when I think about every pair of Jordans always dressed up was Deshaun Stevenson.
Oh yeah, I heard about him. Yeah,
I was a freshman. He was a senior, and like this had every pair, every little. That's when the FUBU was hot.
Oh yeah,
he had all the little outfits. I was like, God, and so it made me like. When I thought about like when I could take care of myself, man, I'm gonna make sure I get all these things. Then we started working for Suzanne.
Oh yeah, shout out to Suzanne too. That's what got me my first little, and I still was in a messed up situation. I still didn't know what to buy. I was buying Fat Farm. I had a Fat Farm velour suit with the green shoes to match. I put that thing on layaway at TJ Maxx, and I was like, I'm finna kill him in about a month when I get my next check.
Hey, you always was the one. Come like Cove, where you going for the cuss the bus to Burlington? Go pay on this layaway. I was like, my boy ain't playing, boy.
You got, because if you spend all your money at once, because we still had to eat for the month and get our little cafeteria fixed, the cookies.
Right.
So if you spend all your money on clothes, you'll be sitting there asking everybody around there for a quarter, or trying to gamble for some lunch money or something.
You need that cookie in the morning.
Yeah. And then whoever went to Washington, everybody know I'm talking about that 75-cent cookie. $1 with the milk. They know.
They definitely know.
So some of them liked it crunchy. Some of them liked it a little soggy. I was a well done guy myself.
My boy Emmanuel liked it doughy.
Yeah, that was I couldn't do it. I said, man, give me the hardest one you got.
I remember.
Fresh.
Until we started taking the game over in the cafeteria. Then I didn't have to ask no more. I did what I really want.
I got y'all in there.
Right. Suzanne did definitely look out for us, man.
Shout out to Suzanne, man. She gave a lot of at-risk youth, not even at-risk youth, just a lot of underprivileged kids opportunity, man, to make a little bit of money while still in school. I
would definitely always appreciate Suzanne. She always reached out, even when you was messing up. She'll let you know, like, you better than that.
Yeah.
And for me, especially a lot of white people. I never had a lot of white people try to speak life into me.
Yeah.
She was like kind of the first one. Like, hey Vic, you can do what you want to do, and so I will always have respect for her for that. I feel like she was like my school mom. Yeah, she was. She'd get on us though. Oh, she would. She'd get on us. Not cuss you out. Yeah. Wouldn't even play with you. Yeah, that's what I take away from Washington. We met a lot of good people up there. Right. A lot of good people. For me, for Washington Union, I take a lot of things out. For me, like the things that stand out for me is just at Washington Union, I seen people that look like me successful, like Harris. I remember he was just a regular, Oh yeah, I was like a real regular dude though. Yeah, like, he'll be in there cutting ranking with you and everything. And then I seen him become like a teacher. So I seen people that look like me in positions. Then I have my uncle, Von Webb. Yeah, he was the Black History teacher. Yeah. So I seen people that look like me in positions of winning, and for me, I wanted that. Like, I definitely wanted it. I always had good grades in school. And I wanted to be in the position to be able to win like that. So I always seen that. But also, what else I took for Washington Union is family. Yeah. I will never forget Renee Mendoza.
Oh yeah, shout out to Renee. You broke his hand too.
I will never forget him. We used to go to his house for wrestling.
Yeah.
He used to open it up for us. You know, treat us like we was his own people.
Yep.
For me, I definitely will never forget that. I even remember senior night. You know, my parents didn't support that much. I'm walking out for senior night. Renee there with the flowers. So it's funny to me though, but I will never forget. You know, some of the little things that I learned at Washington, but what I really learned the most is family. And when I think for my own kids, like I want to be able to be in, you know, a small setting where like we can control. I feel like Washington was controlled because it was small.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, we couldn't do really much. Even if we AWOL, where we're going to Dave's across the street. So
ain't open no more, man.
Well, so we really couldn't do much. But, you know, we learned a lot at Washington. And I learned, you know, family. We know everybody. Like Washington is one of them schools where I know the Mexicans, the Asians. Yeah. Like we knew everybody is family. So I learned that from Washington.
And that's why everybody good in different settings now, because we went through that in high school. Like, okay, we used to have to conversate with different kind of backgrounds, different kind of social statuses, tax brackets. Like there's cats with cars coming to school. So
right.
we was on the bus.
And I remember certain teachers like Mr. Barber.
Yeah, Barber. Shout out to Barber. He's still there.
And I remember him. Yeah. Man, he was just always funny, making jokes.
You know?
Because I teach youth now, and I take some of the lessons that I learned, and I learned that, you know, with them, they made school feel exciting. Like they was happy to be there.
Yeah.
And so that's why Washington was always easy to learn. It's like the teachers was really happy.
Oh, yeah, excited to be there.
Yeah, they was happy to be there. You know, Barbrick, even like the Mr. Freeman. Yeah. Even Sherfy, he was like the AP
that was my
teacher.
guy. That was my guy right there.
Like they just made it, you know, learning so fun. Even Mr. Brown, science.
Oh yeah, he was cool. We used to go in there and get that candy. He always had candy.
Right. I remember my freshman year, Mr. Kimball. There's a lot of teachers that, you know, played a big part in my life. You know, I never got the opportunity to tell them. But, yeah, I remember all that. And that's why education for me was so easy. And I also remember, like, my freshman year, I went to Washington the start of my freshman year, and then we switched to Fresno High. And I remember going to Fresno High.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, I felt so, like, lonely at Fresno High because it was, like, a really big school, and I just felt like I was a number in the classroom.
Yes, and then you say you always had to be out there fighting.
Right.
Because the kids you was hanging out with was fighting. So.
Right. So, yeah, it was. I didn't hang around too good of a crew back then, and so it was always fighting and stuff. So when I went back to Washington, it's like, okay, this is where it's at. It's the community. It's the, you know, the people caring about you. Even if you had bad grades, it's like everybody knew. Like, hey, Vic, you better get it. I never had bad grades, but it's like everybody knew.
Yeah. So cutting up too. They not even afraid to call your mama to come up there and get you.
I remember having like Miss Van Beber and Miss Dowdy.
That's good ladies. There's good ladies.
I remember having them as teachers and stuff. I used to get in trouble in their class. They'd be like, "I'm gonna call your uncle," and he'll come in the classroom cutting up like, "Vic, get over here." You know.
Oh yeah.
I'm a big dude, but he made me feel little back then. So
shit, I remember he was bench pressing in the weight room. He put that 315 on there and hit about 10 times. Like, oh.
Yeah. So, you know, I gained a lot from that exposure, and, you know, and I really appreciate it. But it helped, you know, condition me and transition me into life. And I know I still use some of them same tactics that I learned with dealing with the youth that I deal with today, because I do deal with youth, at-risk youth, and, you know, they're probation kids.
Yeah. So how is that now? Because you've been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
But and with that, you had like many different roles.
Right.
Like, so let's start from the beginning with that.
Okay, when I first, you know, returned home from college, like, I was trying to figure out, like, you know, what I'm going to do with myself. You know, I'm a big football player. You know, what I'm going to do with myself, you know. And I didn't kind of know what I was doing. I know I didn't want to work in no McDonald's or nothing like that. So I had fell into a job. I had fell into a group home job, you know. And I was like, okay, kids, I kind of like kids. You know, I could do this all day. And for me, like, you know, I have a good personality, and it's easy for me to connect with kids. So that job was easy. It was like the easiest job in the world. And I could sit down, we could play video games. And anybody know me, I love talking mess. I love talking trash. And so I could talk trash. So it's like, shoot, I'm getting paid, you know, to really like be at home. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that's my young mindset. I'm just thinking like, you know, we're playing games. I'm not thinking about, you know, edifying the kid, helping them grow, helping them see other space. Because I'm not at that point yet. So
Yeah.
we just playing games. I'm irritating kids. Now not really knowing what I'm doing. But as I start growing in the company, because people start seeing my value. Because the kids are attracted to me. Anywhere I work at, the kids are attracted to me. And back then too, I used to dress up every day.
Oh yeah, they love that.
I used to. You wasn't catching me outside without something fresh on every day.
Yeah, they love that.
Yeah. So and that's how we really gain relationships. They be asking like, "Where your clothes at? Where your shoes at? Victor, where you do this?" And you couldn't tell me back in the days I wasn't the coldest dude out here. I used to have some Levi's that say "Fat Boy Fresh" on the back. And you could not tell Victor you wasn't the coldest out here.
Hell nah.
But I feel like everybody that I hung out with like that, because you couldn't tell Cove he wasn't the coldest out here. You couldn't tell Manuel he wasn't the coldest out here.
Everybody had their own style.
Harvey, Eric, you couldn't tell none of them they wasn't the coldest out here.
Style.
Right.
Tim, everybody came with that stuff.
Right. So you couldn't. I just felt like we hung out like that, so you couldn't tell that. But that helped me really, gain a connection with the kids. I started off as a regular staff, and then I slowly progressed up into like, supervisor, house management.
Yeah.
And as I started going through, I went to Kaijo. I feel like Kaijo was the most, place where I had to learn that. Sometimes sometimes I think about Kevin Jordan and I get frustrated, but he taught me a lot. He taught me
like to Kevin.
He taught me the little things. He kept saying all the time, "Vic, it's the little things." And he'd point his finger, and his finger long as shit.
A broken finger too.
He like this, and that should be so long, wagging it in your face. I'd be like, "Yeah, cut it out." So I remember that, and I even remember being at the job and getting fired. For me, like that was a critical moment in my life. I could have sat and been mad that I was fired. But I took that disappointment and turned it into energy, and I think I had a job the next week. And that led me to the job that I'm currently at now, where I work for D & Associates.
Okay.
This job, this D & Associates was the job that edified me the most. And I think it edified me the most because I had met a program manager that is currently with us now, and she always helped me, and she always, try to pull the better out of me and try to make me see things in a different way. I tell her all the time, these kids are hella crazy.
Yeah, they're different now.
She's like, "Victor, they're not crazy. Who wants to get in trouble every day?" And I was like, "Shit, nobody wants to get in trouble every day." She said, "So if these kids are constantly getting in trouble every day, what do you think it is?" And I was like, "Shit, they bad." That's my mindset.
What I think it is, it's like, that's all they know.
Right.
That's, oh shit, when I'm doing good, ain't nobody noticing.
Right.
Oh, but when I'm doing bad, everybody want to talk to me. Everybody want to bring me back down the baseline. They said so in their mind. They figure, man, if I'm doing more bad, I'm gonna get either it's good attention or bad attention. I'm gonna get some attention.
All they want is attention.
It's it. So if they doing good, they kind of slip under the radar. Oh, he cool. He good.
Right.
They doing good. But that's when they really need that conversation. But then I was part of that too, working at the group home. Man, you always to put your attention on the kids that was cutting up all the time, being bad.
What I learned in the group home, I learned that I'm a natural born leader. I've always been in management positions where I led people. What I try to teach my staff is that, these kids don't know no better. They don't know the basic things that we think that they should know, but they really don't. And so they function totally different. And I could tell most of these kids are irritating and people don't want to deal with them. So most of these kids are stuck in their mind that, I can give minimum effort and still expect maximum reward. Yeah. And I think that's where me and them, fight at, because shit, in my house we didn't grow up like that. You give maximum effort and you still get minimum reward. That's how we grew up. You do what you're supposed to do because I told you. Yeah, exactly. It is what it is. You're not getting no damn allowance. You're not getting no incentive for it. You do what I told you because it is, or you're gonna get your ass whooped, and you'll still do it.
And I feel the effects of that now. I know I still got some work to do as a father, but I catch myself having that power struggle with my kids.
Right.
Because, and Anna always tell me, ain't nobody gonna want to do no chores if you don't make it fun for them. If you make it feel like work.
Right.
I said, how are we supposed to make? I said, I don't know no other way. I'm still trying to figure it out myself, because I was just to the point where I got older. I figured it out. Like, damn, if I get all this stuff done, I ain't got to hear my mama mouth.
Right.
But my kids, they still like, man, they just different now. And then they got more distractions.
Right. What I've learned over time, like even still dealing with kids, especially youth, most of the time when youth do something, they're so emotional. You're like, why is it so goddamn emotional? Then I learned that our frontal lobe don't finish getting developed until we're 24. Our frontal lobes, it makes rational decisions. So rational decisions. So when you're disciplining a kid and you're like, why are you so emotional over that? That shit is little. Because their frontal lobe is not fully developed, they're not making rational decisions. They're making emotional decisions.
Yeah.
That's why they're so emotionally and tied into it. They're not thinking from their frontal lobe like an adults do.
Yeah.
So when their frontal lobe is not fully developed, that's why they think that way. And, so for me, I have to take a step back, and learning all this stuff, it makes me a better father. And just like you said, I always feel like we have room to grow. But for me, I think about like, what did I want as a kid? And for me, I just wanted to know somebody's going to ride or die with me. No matter if I do bad, good, or indifferent, they're going to ride or die with me. And I feel like if you can make that connection, then everything else is good. Because I tell my sons all the time, I'm with you. Anywhere we going, I'm with you every time. Whatever you need to do, I got your back. Even if you're wrong, I got your back. I'm going to discipline you, and I'm gonna go against their head. But I got your back, and I think when my son feel that way, he feels like, there's nothing he can't accomplish. And that's the kind of feeling that I want to be able to give him. You could do anything you put your mind to, but I just feel like every kid wants that book and that this person got me no matter what.
Yeah, that's what I need to.
And I try to make sure I do that. And I have a friend on Facebook, and I'm still learning. His name is Prince McDonald. He go by P Love, but
shout out to Prince. The chef.
Right. He does things that, kind of remind me. He even take his kids like on individual dates. Usually when I go with my kids, it's like both of them at the same time. For him, it's like individual, giving that individual their own time. And I was like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I've been doing that lately.
With
my son.
Right. And so I had to implement that, into my, repertoire too. And I seen him do that. But yeah. Prince is he's a great father, and I feel like he's a person that, we should be able to get on the podcast or talk about as well too, because he has a lot of great
he got a story.
intuition that, a lot of fathers need to know, man. And I think about it this way, like a lot of men don't know how to do a lot of things because usually either somebody does it for them or they got a girl that do it for them. But, he's one of them people that, he got resources. He can show you where, you can go get food stamps if you need them, or if you can go get, housing if you need them. You can fill out application. Because he had to do all this, so I think he's a good resource. So that's why I continue to watch him, because he definitely uplifts, man. And
shout out to Prince.
Right. So, like I'm just saying, going back to all that, just, that helps me raise kids. That helps me raise my kids and helps me be, beneficial to the kids that I currently have now. And like I said, I work at D&. Associates, and I know with me there, we're one of the best houses in, California. We're the best, by far, we're the best strip program in California.
Okay.
We got 4 houses. We don't usually deal with the behaviors that you regularly see. We haven't had AWOLs in years. We don't have regular fights. It's very conditioned and structured.
That's good.
But when it showed me, like, comparison to the other group homes, when a person is conditioned and structured and they know what's coming next, their expectations and how they blow up as a person or evolve, it can be tremendous. But, most people don't know what's coming next. Like, most of us growing up, like, I even remember going to high school. I didn't think like college was next. It was just something.
I wasn't even trying to go, to be honest.
Right. It was just something like, I played football.
But we didn't grow up
with
that as the topic of a conversation at the dinner table.
That is very true.
Like, we grew up, man, just go to school, get good grades, make sure that school don't call me.
Right.
Don't get in no trouble. So that was our mindset, man. Let me get good grades. Stay out of trouble so they ain't got to call my mama.
Right.
And that was it.
Definitely don't call my mama. Definitely don't call my mama.
So that was our mindset. And then just go there, play sports, and should try to be the best on the team. The best.
When you think about, like, I'm just thinking about when you, like, call mamas, I bet you people can tell you a story about me and my mama until this day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a funnier story, too. You mind if we tell it?
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, man. We was at football practice one day. Just a normal day at practice. Just a normal day. We was doing I think it was defensive day, too. So we in the drill. His mom walks on to the practice and talk to the coach. Can I get Victor for a second? We stopped the whole drill and everything because we ain't never seen nothing like this happen before. So everybody stopping and watching it. And his mom about 5'2", Vic about 6'2", 6'3". But you could have thought he was a 3-foot man at that time because she came and broke him down to size, then let him go to continue back to going to practice. I said, oh, man. I said, I got to stay out of trouble. I can't have my mama come up here. Cause my mama would do that same stuff. But it was crazy. But that's how much respect that you have for your mom.
Right.
Cause like I tell, like, man, I'm bigger than my mama. Taller, bigger, stronger. But I know she'll put that foot off in my butt. So I always had that respect for my mom too, because in no way like they can't take us.
Right.
But that's how much respect we have for them as women and black women. That, man, we will sit there and listen.
Right. My mom was a single mother. Then my stepdad came into my life, but my mom is a beast. Like I will never forget. My mom is very dominant. She's not a complacent person that sits back. She's dominant. Just like when she walked on the field. Reason why she walked on the field, I had got kicked out of class earlier in the school day, and she was just coming up to here. She was coming up to school to check on my other brother. And they had told her, Victor got kicked out of class today. That's it. And she walked over to the football. Like, I seen her coming. And the way she was walking, I was like, this can't be good. But,
man.
I'm not thinking, like, she coming because I got a referral kicked out of class. Boy, she chewed me out.
Yeah.
And my mom don't play that. Like, she's not the person you play with. And, and for me, I kind of grew up that way. And I kind of took some of her, some of her ways, because even like when I deal with the group home kids and like they be playing with the staff, like it makes me uncomfortable because I feel like kids shouldn't play with adults.
Exactly.
Like, that's not where you do, because my mom didn't play that.
Yeah.
You could play with an adult, my mom would slap the hell out you. Like, nah. You a kid,
Stay out of grown
kids
folks'
play.
business.
Yeah. I tell people all the time, I didn't have a hot link until I was like 12.
Oh,
You feel
man.
me?
My kids eating them on a regular now. We eating Farmer John's now. I said, man, I tell them the story. They get mad when I tell them the story. We know, Dad. You only had one pair of shoes twice a year. You got 2 pair of shoes twice a year.
Right.
We're not living like that now. I said, I know, because I'm making sure y'all not living like that.
They not grateful. My son, my oldest son, he was like, you guys don't do nothing for me. I don't get allowance. I don't get this. While he's on his PS5 playing Madden 2023, talking all this shit, I'm like, you're talking about your he has his PS5 controller in his hand. Like, it's like, some adults don't got that PS5 that you got. Do you know how many backdoor deals I had to make with Ron to get this PS5 for you? I had to make so many backdoor deals. Right. I had to make backdoor deals to get it.
But it's like, I kind of blame it on us as our generation, because we always said, man, when I have some kids, man, I'm finna treat them like kings and queens. But so now we just reaping what we sow. Like, okay, they gonna have the best of everything. Now they can never go back to the modest living.
I feel like for me, like I feel like I know I overdo for my kids. Probably because the things that I didn't have, but I also feels like I tell people all the time, you can act like you balling and all that, but when I look at people and I look at a representation of them, I look at their kids.
Yeah.
If you could talk, I don't care how many new shoes you wearing. If your kids is messy, you don't care about them. You care enough about yourself. So your kids is definitely
it's a representation of you.
Yeah, definitely so.
Yeah.
So I be seeing people dressed up all the time. The kid, toe up.
Yeah.
You feel me? I know my kids. I understand why my mom did play clothes and play shoes.
Yeah. My son don't understand that. He don't understand that.
I definitely understand now. And I remember, I remember Victor first. He was the first one I learned from. I used to, I'm a shoe person, so I'm finna get my son every pair of shoes I can get. I'm finna keep him fly.
Out there twinning.
I'm finna keep him fly. My son wear one pair of shoes.
Oh, yeah.
He only wanted to wear them one.
Yeah.
He grew out of a lot of shoes that was new. He didn't even wear. And I learned.
I know that story.
I said, you know what? I told him too. Like a couple years, I said, listen, we're gonna buy him one pair of shoes. You're gonna wear them shits until the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
And then we'll replace them.
Yeah.
Because even right now, I bought him for school shopping. I bought him 3 pair of shoes. He only wear one. He said the other 2 don't. He not feeling.
He not feeling them.
He not feeling them.
You let him pick his clothes out, or you pick them out for him?
Sometimes I let him pick his clothes out. I used to pick them out for him, but because now in these new age, the stuff I'm picking out, he ain't feeling.
Yeah.
I remember buying them shorts.
Oh yeah, I know.
And he was like, "Daddy, man, nah, them too long." I've never heard a boy say shorts is too long.
He said he hoochie daddy season.
And he was like, "Daddy, I want my thighs out." And I was like, "What? You want your thighs out?"
That's how they doing it now.
Yeah, and I was like, "Okay." I said above the knees is kind of cool because I could get away with some above the knees too. Now he's like, "Daddy, they got to be 2-3 inches above the knees." I said, "Are you serious?" He's like,
"Yeah." Wilding out.
He said, "My underwear got to be a little bit longer." I I said, are you serious?
They out there like Spike Lee do the right thing. Mars Blacksman out there now.
Yeah, so it's just crazy, even for like, fashion and how it changes. Because my son is really into, really into the short shorts and, at least my favorite shoes are back in fashion. Air Force Ones.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they hot.
But they got a bad label on them now though. The black ones. But the white ones too. They said, man, them gangsters. I used to work at Kerman. Shout out to my people at Kerman. They used to ask me, man, my son want to buy some Air Force Ones, some white on whites.
Right.
But those are because out there certain communities, certain shoes are gang shoes.
Oh, I can see
so
that.
A lot of them gangsters, man, be wearing them white on whites now. I said, man, white on whites was a shoe where, man, you wasn't trying to do nothing dirty.
Right.
Like, oh man, you even watching how you step. Cause you trying to keep these from creasing and everything.
Yeah, you walking them really straight for about 2 weeks.
Yeah. Man, I missed them when they was $50.
Yeah, shoes now. The shoe game is ridiculous. You know what? It's not even the shoe game. It's the resale shoe game.
Yeah, they're all resellers, man.
The resale. And, I'm a shoe
Def all
fanatic,
resellers,
right?
man.
I've been a shoes fanatic for as long as I can buy my own shoes. So I'm a shoe fanatic. I used to buy 2 or 3 a week.
Yeah,
I got better.
Everybody had those nasty habits.
Yeah,
I nasty. It's like worse than smoking cigarettes is buying shoes. That's the worst habit because that's all you think about day and night.
That's it.
Because I know me personally, man, I used to look at my phone, just and speak them shoes into existence. Oh, I'm getting these, and these. Then when they come out, I had them all.
Right.
But now I look at all of the shoes. I said, man, what did I do to myself?
To me, I think about the shoes because I'm older now, and I think about financial literacy and stuff like that, and I think about all these shoes that I had.
Yeah.
I think about my boy Ron all the time. Shout out to Ron. He's a person that that's always thinking about hustling. Always.
Oh yeah, he's the ultimate hustler.
Yeah. So being around him, you always got to have a new hustle, or he don't really want to deal with you, but. He be the one to tell me like, Vic, you know how much money you, Cove, and Manuel could have had if y'all had put y'all money together instead of buying shoes.
Yeah, I know. Man,
and I think about it, and
that's why I look at all them damn shoes like, man, I'd have been better off taking up smoking or something. Golly, because it's just like a lot. Then the stuff is no good no more.
No,
it's all broken apart.
So I definitely remember that just in the buying the shoes, but. Yeah. But when you're young though, fashion and
we was living young and dumb. We had to look fly. That's all we seen.
It worked because I remember dudes at Fresno City used to beg to hang around there.
Oh yeah, it was cool.
They used to, hey Vic, can we be party
cool,
out,
man?
bro?
If we had social media back then, I think we could have had about 1 million followers each.
Show for them. They was begging to kick with us.
It was cool. we was what was happening.
And it's crazy. It's certain
because I always had all the music too.
Right, there's certain people right now that I be seeing like on social media that they value. We used to gas them at school.
Yeah. You used to gas them.
We used to.
Well, we had our dozens. Remember we triple teamed on one cat. He was trying to rank, so we had to y'all made him quit school. Y'all cats. But that was like, but you was like the one that'd get it started. Like, damn, here come this thing.
I didn't know no better.
Oh yeah, but it was all in good fun though. But your fashion sense got started, man. For me, when I noticed, man, you was getting your fashion on, man, back when everybody back in high school, man, when everybody was putting that bleach on that denim. And you had the ones that said Fat Boy Fresh.
Yeah, I remember doing all that, putting bleach on denims. I remember cutting out other pants and sewing them on.
Yeah.
I took it to the extra limit.
Yeah.
Because when I think about wearing fashion, I'm a big dude anyway. But I want to be remembered as like, man, that big dude was fly though.
Yeah.
Y'all remember what he was wearing? Yeah. And I think, a good outfit, people will remember.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, people will remember. Boy, I seen, for example, I remember I went to a family reunion this year, and a dude I barely even talked to, he remembered. He's like, man, wasn't you the one wearing that Dodger jersey and all that last year?
Yeah.
I said, so that let me know, a good outfit sticks out. And so, when I came up with AMF, people think like, "Hey, Vic, we just created this." No,
AMF, no, you've been doing that for a while.
We've been bumping AMF since we was at college.
Yeah.
And what was that? 2005.
2005, 2006.
Yeah. So AMF has been alive since then. I mean, I got it tattooed on my neck. I think Cole got it on his leg.
On my leg. The hardest tattoo on my leg, like Emmanuel said. He got the hardest tattoo on his leg. Friends are cruel.
Right? So Yeah, I remember. So AMF, I've always believed in it, and so when I thought about like I always wanted
Tell them what AMF is. What does it mean? What's the acronym?
AMF stands for Always Moving Forward. It's something that's intrinsically in me. It's something that we thought about, as being black, as being youth. I was thinking about like no matter what happens in life, we got to continue to move forward. Nobody cares about what's going on in your life.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Nobody's going to stop and care.
The world going to keep going.
People really don't care. Even on Facebook and all these social media sites people really don't care what you got going on. They really don't. And so I feel like you can't just sit and cry over what's going on in your life. You got to be able to move forward. And AMF is something that I totally believe in. Like I got it tatted on my neck. Always move forward. I had a hard life. I struggled. I grew up with no father and things like that. Even being married, making mistakes, not having a man to show me how to do things right. So I had to figure stuff out. And figuring out I made mistakes, but I continue to move forward. I continue to try to get better. I continue to, add to what I had. So, when I thought about like what clothing line I wanted AMF. And I started making like sweaters and stuff a while ago. Like if you look on my Facebook, like in 2014, I got sweaters and stuff like that. I just never had the real resources to get to where I was at.
Yeah, and then, it costs money.
Right. But I had met a person, and she was more intrinsic, like, hey, you finna do this. Like, I told her about it, and it's like...
She pushed you off the ledge.
Well, I told her about it, and then I was like, okay, we can go down to the, what's called. So she took me down to the, we went down to the city of what's called, and we made the little business license and everything. Yeah. And then, in the car, she's like, you can order stuff from Alibaba and then send me the link. And I'm like, damn, this shit is coming fast. Like,
when it comes, you gotta be ready for it.
It's coming fast. I thought we was just talking about this, like we was just playing.
Yeah, that's one of my things too. I hate when people just talk. let's get to work and do it.
Oh man, that's what she was about. She was about that show me stage. So it started coming fast, and then she's really good with marketing and stuff. Yeah. And so she kind of helped me with the jackets. Like I had the design, but she kind of helped me with the jackets and stuff like that. She showed me how to put together on the internet. Yeah. And then she even plugged me in with certain pieces. Shout out to Denise. Denise made the logo on the back of my jacket. I came up with the creation. She made the logo. Yeah. She created that. Denise created that logo on the back of the jacket. But I came up with the concept. She created the logo. And, the person put me in the position with her as well, too, to be able to create the logo and stuff like that. And then once that started going, my competitive juices is flow. Like, this is just at the beginning. When I dropped all this stuff on the website, it was 17 products. But, me not knowing, I just dropped it all at once.
Yeah, you dropping it like you dropping it. You getting all the albums all at once.
Right, so for sure. I gave my greatest hits at once.
I said, God damn it.
So, not knowing, you feel me, not knowing, so I just dropped it all at once. So this was my first drop. My very second drop I just did last week, which is a tracksuit. That was my... second drop, my second drop I ever did. But just making this, it was very nerve wracking, and even doing it now,
stressful.
Even doing it now, because you feel like you have a good product, and you see some people, not investing, not going for it.
They ain't putting a lot of effort in their shit. They shit popping. Like, God damn.
Right, and all my stuff is original. You can't go.
That's original.
Go find this at these clip arts where how other people make their stuff. Because I'm in the clothing game, so when I see other people's stuff, I was like, man, I seen that on Canva. I know they made that off of Canva.
That's my pet peeve too. Cause it's not a lot of originality.
Right.
Like it's okay to like bite something from somebody, but at least make it your own.
Right.
That's how I feel, personally.
So for this, and so when I made Always Move Forward, to be honest with you, the jackets was the first thing, like that was the sweater. I have a sweater, I call the little dude Smalls. He's on the front of the sweater and he rips his heart out.
Okay,
That was my first thing, and the little dude was Smalls, and I felt like that was the first thing because, when I first made this clothing line, I had just came out of a situation, so there was a lot of things going on with me, and I felt like, emotionally, if I could just rip my heart out and keep going forward, I could make it forward. Because, the heart is where the pain and the soul is. So that's why when I thought about Smalls, that's why you see him on the thing just ripping his heart out.
What's his name?
I call him Smalls.
Smalls? Yeah, okay. Smalls.
Yeah,
that's his character name. Smalls.
Yeah. He ripping his heart out so, he can continue to move forward so you don't have to feel. He can be numb and continue to move forward.
Well, Smalls got to find love now.
Yeah. He got to find something.
He got to move forward.
He got to find something. You feel me? So that was the first design. And then when I thought about, eventually, how I'm doing this clothing line, if it was up to me, I would only want to make jackets because that's where my true passion and love is at in these jackets. But I feel like I can make anything. I feel like this is just a start. We have a lot coming. Y'all have no clue what's coming next. We have a lot coming.
Don't tell them. Yeah, don't tell them. It gotta be like Apple. You gotta wait to.
And for me, when I think about the clothing game, like for me, success is selling out every drop. But I really want to put this clothing game in the chokehold. I want to NWO this thing. You feel me?
God damn.
I really want to NWO this thing. I want to come in like the wrestling and just take it apart. That's what I'm thinking about. And if you're not coming into something and wanting to be the very best. No, I really want to put his chokehold on the clothing game. I seen how Kanye West did it with some of his clothing.
Oh yeah.
And I really feel
he
like
got the blueprint.
He got a
Sway had the answers, and he had the blueprint.
And for me, I want a brand that's always in the house. I want always moving forward, and I feel like that's a brand for everybody.
Yeah.
That everybody can know that you got to always move forward. I tell people all the time, man, my whole family can get murdered.
Yeah.
They're gonna give me 2-3 days. Hey Vic, we need you back at work. Bill collector's gonna steal call.
Oh yeah, that's the cold part, man. That's why you got to build your own.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
So you got to find
3 days of bereavement.
Right.
Handle your affairs, and it's time to come back. Yes. Make us some money.
Right. So we got all this coming. Our next drop, we got some underwear coming. I feel like if PSD and EFTA could do it, we could do it too.
Draws.
Yeah, we got the underwear coming. I want everything. We have socks already. We got the underwear coming. Then after the underwear, we got mesh basketball shorts.
Okay, hoochie daddies.
Yeah.
For the hoochie daddy.
We got some. I had before I had sent out the mesh basketball shorts to be made. I had got feedback for like at least 100 people. Shout out to all the people that gave me feedback. In my inbox of which shorts they alike, which shorts they wouldn't. So they gave me feedback. And I feel like I got feedback for people. When I got my feedback, I got feedback for people I feel like it's fashion forward. There's a couple of people that I feel like in Fresno that are fashion forward, that really wears fashion. So I got some of their feedback, amongst the people saying they all look good. Just pick 3 you would like, and they picked the 3, and then we're gonna mass produce those 3. We're coming out with our own strap hat, our fitted hat, and trucker hat.
Okay.
We're gonna drop that as well too. We got so many things coming out, so many things up on the horizon. So. Always moving forward.
Tell them the website. Tell them the website.
Oh, yeah, go check us out on Always Moving Forward Always Moving Forward brand is our Instagram. Check us out. Always Moving Forward brand is our Facebook as well. Check us out. Then you can check the website out on always-movingforward.com.
Is it a / or a dash?
It's a /.
Oh, okay.
/
Yeah, you gotta be. He said dash.
Yeah.
He said dash.
Always / movingforward.com. And you can check out my website. You can check out the things that I did. And I kind of created that website myself. I'm most of the stuff I'm doing all this myself. Or I have a couple months ago I just hired a photographer. Shout out Marcella. That's our photographer and our media person. I hired her. But, from the start, a person that always helped us was Aisha. So shout out Aisha as well. She's always helped and did everything that, I needed to ask. I needed of her, or even stuff I didn't ask of. And she's very creative.
She's good.
She's very creative and helpful. And then also shout out Raw Wheels, Walter. Shout out Walter.
Raw Wheels. Yeah.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff too. He was a person that also, at the beginning as well, he helped a lot. He gave me a lot of input. Because I did reach out to a lot of people for help. Because, you got to build a team to be able to do this successfully.
Yeah.
And you got to have a team to be able to scale. If you don't have a team, you'll never scale the way you want to. You got to have a team because you can't. This is a lot of stuff to do at once. It's a lot. Like, for me, I just think about all the hats. Before I had a marketing person, I had to, post on Facebook, shoot the content, edit the content, make videos. Check,
that is. I'm doing it all.
Check for response.
I need me a team.
You feel me? When we have photo shoots, call models. Hopefully people. We at grassroots, so we ain't trying to pay nobody. You might keep something. And shout out to my barber too, Young Kenya.
Yeah.
He came through on the first photo shoot. I was like, I need your help. I only asked him once, and he came through. And I like all the people that support us as well too. There's a lot of people that out there supporting. And I want to thank everybody that likes to help. I get inboxes every day for people that wants to be models in the clothes or wants to help at any capacity as they want. But one thing that I learned in entrepreneurship, like I felt like when I dropped this, the people that I love will help the most or support the most. That's just what I thought.
Yeah. Oh no,
But
they
what
know.
I learned, it's that person on Facebook
That
you don't even
Instagram
know.
friend.
Yeah,
That Instagram
yeah.
that is true though.
I had a couple of them like, Vic,
Yeah.
what you need? Like, I don't even know you. What do you want from me? I just want to
Yeah.
help you grow. And for me, the life that I came from, you don't really have too many people just want to help you for no reason.
Yeah, that's always some other motives in there.
Right.
sometimes.
So I always, and I think that's one of my toxic traits, to be able to let go and just let people help.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, what they want. I mean, some people just really want to help you.
Yeah.
And to me, that's crazy. I've never, really seen that before. But in this atmosphere, that I've seen a lot of people just, out there helping.
There's a lot of genuine people out there.
Right. I get a lot. I promise you, I get like a couple 10, 11 inboxes a day for some type of help. I can help you, Vic. I can scale your what's it called. I can help your Spotify store. All this stuff is new because what I learned, to be able to sell and get more conversion and stuff, it's a system. You got to be a better system, and then also to be able to scale, you can't be embarrassed to flood social media.
Oh yeah, you see me on there every day. You
gotta
be
flood
every
it.
day.
You gotta flood. I know people see me flooding that tank. I flood it. And the crazy part is, like, I posted my jackets yesterday, but mind you, I had these jackets for 6 months. I only got a couple left though, but I had them for 6 months.
Yeah.
I posted them yesterday. Well, maybe the day before yesterday. I'm getting hella inboxes like, man, the new jackets is cool. Like, they not new.
Yeah, y'all just late.
Yeah, y'all not paying attention, but it just shows me like that showed me like, okay, I definitely need to keep continuing to flood.
You gotta work.
Flood.
You gotta work Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I'm not too familiar with the Twitter, so I don't really fool with that. But
well, yeah, where I get most of my conversions and my is LinkedIn. I didn't know about that.
yeah, I heard about that. I ain't used it yet though.
LinkedIn is good, and then another one that that I'm starting to get updated on is the Google Media, and then also the Pinterest.
I'm learning something today.
The Pinterest.
Oh yeah, Pinterest. Yeah, Pinterest.
Yeah, you could like
Pinterest
for
my
me.
go-to.
For me, like I could just make Victor Lockett always moving forward, and then I could just put my outfits up there, and as people see them, they be like, "Hey, where do I get that from?" Forward them to the website.
Oh yeah, you just gotta have your links. Click.
Yeah. So Pinterest is a hidden gem, y'all. So I'm telling you, Pinterest is a hidden gem.
Yeah, love me some Pinterest, man.
Yeah.
You hook a whole house up on Pinterest off of $10 if you wanted to.
For sure. So,
Hook it up.
Yeah. So Pinterest is definitely a hidden gem, and you got to do all that to scale. I definitely let y'all know. Every day is not roses.
Hell yeah.
There is some times where you be like, man, should I just quit? Like, nothing is selling.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, once you put your pride and your joy into something, and you think it's going to scale the way you want to, and it really doesn't, it could put you in a very dark place. It could put you in places where you have self-doubt, you forget your self-worth, you don't know who you are sometimes, and then you got to definitely have a team around you to help motivate you.
Keep you grounded. Keep you moving forward.
I definitely have a team around me that like, hey Vic, you got it. This is gonna go where you need it to go. Because for me, I'm the microwave generation. I think if stuff happened, I want it to happen right now. And and I'm learning that this is a slow progress.
Yeah.
I seen some lady. She was like, "Man, it took 2 years." She said, "But on that second year, she was she was able to quit her job, and she was making over $15K a month.
Ooh wee.
15, and she was selling vintage clothes.
Yeah,
Vintage.
a lot of people. That's what's in right now. If you go to all these spots, everybody like that old stuff. Man.
Right. And for me, streetwear. My focus is on the people, that wear skinny jeans with the rips in them, with Letterman jackets. But I know there's another market out here. You got the short shorts, and even the fellas is wearing like halter top sweaters. And the sweaters don't even got the bottom on. The fellas is wearing. And I was like, I don't know if I can make those.
That's why. And that's my thing too, because my kids and Anna be like, man, you need to get some of that streetwear. I said, I make what I like. I said, I'm not, they got to get on what I'm on. But because I never want to ever conform.
Right.
Like, I only wear crew necks or hoodies. So I just make what I like. I only wear dry fit shirts. So I'm only going to make dry fit shirts. But I'm starting to get to the point, okay, let me start getting some of these little 65 40s,
Right.
cotton tees for the people who don't like dry fits, and
You gotta brand. You gotta be able to brand out. And then what I learned, because I'm checking into a lot of workshops and master classes, and what I'm learning is that you got to be able to sell specifically to what people want, or you got to be able to find your niche of the people that wear what you want.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
And for me, it's like I think everybody. For me, Letterman jackets was easy. Everybody wears Letterman jackets, and that's my favorite jacket. And I feel like what, I can make a jacket that is cold. And listen, I do believe this. I feel this in my heart intrinsically. When I started making Letterman jackets, because I researched this before I did it. When I started making Letterman jackets, it was just patches on there. I'm going to be honest. Even Louis Vuitton probably has the best jacket right now, but it's just patches. So I was like, what can I do different that's different? So I said, I'm going to do Chanel embroidery. And that's what this is, Chanel embroidery. I didn't see too many jackets like this at first with like words and stuff on the sleeves and stuff.
Yeah, they just got it plain.
I feel like I started that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like I started that, and I feel like people is rolling with it now. Now I feel like if you see a lot of Letterman jackets now, it has this on the side. It has words on the sleeves.
Got a lot going on.
Yeah. Because I feel like I started.
I like the black one.
Yeah.
I'm just a plain guy. I like black.
Yeah, I got 6 colorways. And for me, I went with when I thought about the colorways, like I had to get the Nipsey blue.
Shout out to Nip, man. Rest in peace, Nip.
That he's one of the most important people in my life.
Yeah.
I really like Nipsey Hussle because Nipsey Hussle showed me that you don't have to conform for people to like you. You can be exactly who you are, and they better deal with it.
Yeah.
That's what he showed me. They better deal with it because he was still ghetto on there cussing, saying the N-word, everything.
Yeah.
He did not change who he is, and he said the world better love me for who I am. He showed me that we not conforming.
Yep, that's how I be feeling.
Either you love me for who I am or you don't. And and that's why for me, Nipsey Hussle will always be he'll be a top person on my list. And then when I always had to do the black.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
You feel me? So the black, I always had to do that one. That was the first one. The black was my very first jacket.
Yeah. I go good with them Jordan 11s, patent leather Concords.
And then so I was thinking, we got these jackets is done. I will never make them again. These were my special jackets. I made these purposely the way they are. Like if you look at them, on the sleeves it's black and white, on the neck it's black and white, and then on the back it's still black. And I made that purposely because these are my Black Series jackets, and anybody that has these jackets, I will know they were my very first customers that ever bought these jackets.
Black Series.
Yeah.
He got going like retro cards, huh?
Yeah. So I will know these are people that, bought these jackets.
Yeah.
If I remake them, this will be blue, this will be blue, the back will be blue, it won't be black.
I'm getting all your secrets right now.
Yeah. So I'm just saying if I remake them, but we're not gonna remake them. We are gonna drop 5 jackets. Probably in October or November.
Right before it get cold.
Yeah, we're gonna drop 5
right
jackets.
before Christmas. Get them ready. Stay that money up.
We're gonna drop 5. I got 1 bomber jacket. We're gonna have 2 Letterman jackets. We call them cookies and cream.
Okay.
We're gonna have a jean Letterman jacket, and we're gonna have the coldest windbreaker you ever seen. But we're gonna have the bomber jacket.
It's a windbreaker.
Yeah, we're gonna have a windbreaker.
So it's like a 1985 windbreaker.
You feel me?
Okay.
You feel me? So we're gonna have a windbreaker. The bomber jacket is cold.
I need me some of that. I'm trying to get some Nike Tech.
Yeah, and then for me,
Ice Spice.
And for me, then I got a couple. Sweatsuits that'll be coming as well for the winter time. And for me, when I first made this clothing line, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I wasn't thinking about the small or the medium people when I first made this because I feel like as a big dude, they didn't think about us.
Yeah, we underrepresented in the fashion world, man.
They didn't think about us. But when I started selling this, I started getting a lot of women that wanted to buy jackets and they wanted to buy materials,
Yeah.
And so I had to read.
Gotta get some of that small size.
Yeah, so I had to read back. So now I'm currently making from small to 4X.
Yeah.
So I get all the
for the big dudes in the gym.
And I got a couple bigger friends, and I also make special jackets for them so they can be able to have a jacket if it's bigger than 4X.
You got something bigger than them?
Yeah.
I'm a little.
So I want everybody to
arm and chest day.
I want everybody to wear my brand, but at the end of the day, what I'm thinking about when I think about always moving forward as a brand, I want to be able to scale this brand and really big, and I want to be able to, be able to help people. Like if I can get this brand really big, then I can be able to create jobs for people.
Yeah, yeah.
And if I can be able to create jobs, then I can be able to help without talking. I think we do a lot of talking, but we can't help.
Yeah.
So if I can scale it to where I want, we can create jobs and we can do this. And then what else I want to do, I want to create, I really want to do a podcast because I want to do advertising. Because I want to do advertising the right way. Because I used to send my stuff to people like, can you advertise it to me?
They're going to fuck it up.
And they didn't do
Mess it up. My bad. I'm too much cussing today.
Right, and they didn't do it the way I wanted to. You know what I mean? Because if I did it, like if somebody sent me, the whole podcast, I'm going to be wearing their stuff and be talking about it. I'm going to put it on really big. And I didn't feel like, I feel like people didn't do that for me. So I want to be able to do that for them. And then another thing I want to do, I feel like as you're trying to scale or you're trying to get to where you need to in business, there's a lot of places where you can go to this master class. I feel like they're just taking your money.
Oh, yeah, I don't like to do nothing that I got to pay for.
I feel like they're just taking your money. So this is what I'm thinking. Once I get this down, I get it down to learn how to scale, I'm giving the game away for free.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make Facebook and Instagram and them pay me for monetizing.
Yeah.
But everybody else getting it I'm giving the game away for free. It's so much money. I was looking at it the other day in the shirt business, t-shirt business only. In 2021, it was $2.2 trillion in the t-shirt business.
That's after that pandemic, man. Where
it's enough money out here for all of us.
Yeah.
Man. I know a dude right now that sells T-shirts for $100 and he sells out.
Yeah, I ain't even to that level yet. But that's the value he put on himself, though.
Right, for $100 and he sells out, and they're not even that good.
Yeah,
but I don't think Kanye West stuff is that good.
You just paying for the name,
and he sells out. You feel me? So
yeah.
But so at the end of the day, I really want to help people that want to grow, but not to be selfish. I really want to educate people and help people that look like me. Yeah, just to be honest. Yeah. Because I really feel like, they need education, they need way. Because, if I didn't have certain people help me, I wouldn't have got this far. But I had people, sit down. And for me, I feel like I'm a visual learner. I need to see it. Yeah, yeah. Like, somebody helped me build my website. They showed me how to do it. And then once they showed me how to do it, I took the reins and I did the rest. But they sat there and they showed me how to do it. Yeah. Even with my designs, besides these ones, I made the rest of them. Somebody sat down and showed me, Vic, this is how you do it. Yeah. And I just played with it for days. There'd be days where I just sit in the house the whole weekend, don't go nowhere. Be creative. And just trying to figure it out. Even with some of my content at first, at the beginning, it was weak. It was, foggy. It was, the music wasn't right. Yeah. It was weak. And, Aisha helps me and she's very critical, and she's very critical. You need that sometimes. But she, she executes with excellence all the time, and so that's what she expects. She's very critical, and she'll be like, "That ain't it," and it hurt my little feelings because I put all my work into it. Oh yeah, that happens to me all the time. I put all my work into it. I'm like, I need a break from her because she's negative. She hurting my dreams. Sound like David Dash. Don't right. Don't tell me that negative while I'm dreaming. But I feel like I needed that, and I feel like I do well to that. Because I play football, and I feel like it's always when you play football, you're in a room with other people, and they tell you, "Hey, you sucked on this play. Yeah. You can't hide, you can't do nothing." So I was able to take it, but it do kind of put you in your feelings for a little bit because I've been working hard on this. Yeah, He was like, "Nah, that ain't it. That ain't the move. Nah, that's terrible, actually, Vic." So, getting over that. But, it's really important that you have a team of people that want to see you win. Yeah. That's the to me, that's the most important part. You got to have people around you that want to see you win as much as they want to win. Right. And I feel like I have that team around me. Yeah. And I get a reminder all the time from my boy Ron. He remind me, "Hey, Vic, what's the goal? What you working on? What you willing to sacrifice to get what you want?" He remind me every time. If you're not working, you need to be working. Yeah. And, And because of him, I do want to hustle a little harder because, when you're around a hustler, shit, you don't want to feel like you're one left out. Oh yeah, iron sharpen iron. Yeah, and he always hustling. And check my boy out, Ron, King Size Kicks as well. He sell all the shoes that you want. Reseller. Check us out, right? Check us out. Link up with him though. Also, too, if you need first aid and CPR, check us out. CSI Safety. We here. CSI CPR. We got you. Check us out. Y'all doing it all. We can save you. Like I said, my boy Ron sells shoes as well too. Oh, if you need jerseys as well, hit my boy Ron Carnegie up as well too. He sells jerseys.
You're just plugging it all, huh?
Oh yeah, we're getting everybody.
Plugging it all.
We're getting everybody right now. Yeah, the whole team.
Yeah. But shout out to the team, man, because without a team, Jordan couldn't do it by himself.
Right. If you need a photographer as well, man, check out my boy Cat Eye Studios.
Shout out to Fresh Tree Frank.
Yeah, check him out. He's able to do any kind of photography you need, weddings, videos, all that. If you check out my first video, it'll say Fresno City. It's like 48 seconds long, but that definitely was Cat Eye Studios.
They're the one that did your the photo shoot over there. Yeah, I was out there on the tennis court and stuff.
And he was willing to help. I just told him about what I had. He was like, Vic, I got you. You know, and working in this community, I really found out, there's really people that want to see you win. Like, I didn't ask him. He was like, Vic, whatever you need, I got you. And he's always said that. He's always showed up for me. And so, anything that he tries to do, I try to support him and show up for him as well. Yeah. So,
Yeah, Frank, man, whenever you're ready for that podcast, man, we can collaborate on. Yeah, bring it back to the Washington days, man. We both getting in trouble in them classrooms. Right.
And shout out to Cove too. Cove came to the photo shoot when I asked him. Yeah. I kind of told me, you got to come pick your sweater up from here.
Yeah, it was last minute too. I said, I ain't got no haircut or nothing.
We made it work.
We made it work. I still participated though.
Right. So we made it work.
He left me with no choice.
Right. And also shout out to Cove for doing this podcast. I know there's certain stuff that people want to do and they never really jump out there. Yeah. And watching Cove just jump out there and
get out there and do it, man. Even if it's messed up or jacked up.
Right.
It's because the hardest part is starting.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part. Once you get started, you can learn from your mistakes.
Right.
But if you just sit there and just keep talking about it, you ain't gonna never get nothing done. You just talking about it. Like, shout out to Aisha, for getting you to get that shit started to where look where it's grown now. Yeah, it was just an idea in your head, like, man, this would be nice. But now it's a lifestyle now.
Definitely is. Even when you're making stuff, I just tell people just keep going through it, keep going with it. Because when I started making this, I was thinking like, is people gonna even like it? Yeah. Are they gonna even want it? Every time I wear a jacket, I get stopped. Yeah. Where you get that jacket from? How can I get one? Every time I
pull out your phone.
Yeah. Every time I wear a jacket, I get stopped. Yeah. I got a new sweater I'm making, and it's gonna have my barcode in the sweater. So so when people be like, "Hey, where you get this?" Pull your phone out and scan it. It's right here. So I'm gonna put that in the sweater. I'm gonna imprint it in my new sweater logo that I make, and I might start doing that for all the sweaters.
You're gonna have to. You can't just have it for one.
Right. So it'll be the logo imprint, so you can be able to scan the barcode, and it'll take you to my link tree where you can go to the website, Facebook page, Instagram, Pinterest, all the things that we have, social media, TikTok.
Yeah.
So we out here working. We out here trying to get it. I'm really trying to scale on TikTok right now. That's a young man's game.
You gotta get your TikTok dances up.
You feel me? That's a young man.
You probably have your sons. Your sons can probably school you on some TikTok.
Oh, they love being my oldest son Victor. He loved being in front of the camera.
Oh yeah, but they're busting TikTok. I'm surprised, man. These new phones ain't got just automatic tripods on them where they could just set it up and just get their little TikTok on real quick.
Yeah, they definitely love TikTok. I want to shout out my sons too. They're definitely helped me believe. Oh man, but they're the biggest fans. They're my first fans. Like,
oh yeah.
I sometimes I don't know, like, if they doing it because I'm daddy. I'm like, hey, how this look? Oh, my oldest son, like, daddy, that's clean.
Oh yeah,
that's fresh right there.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah, no cap, daddy. No cap, daddy. I know
that feeling.
That's fresh. Okay.
I know that feeling, man. I be sending my son with shirts to school. Go ahead and sell these shirts, son. He come back. Go ahead, keep half of it. Right. But then I test his hustling spirit. I said, man, you want to double up on the product, or you just want to keep the money? I said, man, you could buy 5 shirts for yourself and keep all the money. He said, man, I'm gonna just buy. Okay, just give me 5 shirts then. Said, yeah, because my son be selling the shirts at the school.
Right. Hey, getting this hustle on. It start early, and I started trying to get my sons involved. I know my oldest son is really good with the cameras and stuff and the editing of videos. So even earlier today, we was just texting. I sent him pictures and he edited the video.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So that me and him talk through that way of editing videos and making it and see what he do.
Because eventually, man, one day it's gonna be there.
Yeah. Well, I know. We're gonna once I learned how to truly scale this, I know he wants to have his own shirt business, and I know with my shirt, with my thing, always moving forward. It's a motivational clothing line, and we want to stick to what the meaning is. So I can't really make all kind of other crazy stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But when we transition to my son clothing line, Spazzed Out. Then that's where I can, really make, if I want to make a dude with a ski mask on or something.
Oh, yeah, that's stuff they like.
Yeah.
I don't know what type of stuff they be on now.
So I want to be able to start making that. But I can tell you that, for me, the hardest thing when it came to this is like, what pictures I can use and what I can't. Because I'd be like, is that copyright? I remember I seen
you can't. That's why me now, I only use whatever I create.
Right. But I seen a dude like make a whole Kobe Bryant Letterman jacket, and it had Kobe dunking in it. I was like,
it's something like if you make something out of materials that's already been created, but if you creating something from scratch, it's like copyright infringement.
So yeah, I be wondering like what is the fine line? Because I be seeing a lot of it, and I'm like, how they not getting in trouble for that?
But it's not even on a large scale yet.
Right.
So once you get to where cats in Hollywood or NBA starting to look, then they be like, oh, I need.
Cause when I was struggling with it. Cause I remember when I first thought about this, and I was like, what kind of shirts I wanted? Cause my first shirt I wanted to show Malcolm X his when he got arrested.
Yeah. And
I wanted to show that picture and then put Always Moving Forward.
Yeah, you got with pictures is sensitive too, cause it's somebody that owned that picture.
Right.
So if they own that picture, and you start blowing up, they say, oh, I need 90% of that.
Right. And I feel like, even that, because I was really, because, I was going to put his picture where he got arrested, and he when he was Malcolm Little, and I was just going to put Always Moving Forward. It shows us like if he would have quit it, we'd have never met Malcolm X.
Yeah.
From that day forward, but he kept moving forward, he kept pushing his agenda, and we was able to meet Malcolm X, one of the greatest motivational speakers ever of our time.
Yeah.
So, I was
thinking,
a
great time.
I was thinking of stuff like that. I was going to even put a shirt, where Martin Luther King and them got arrested in the sit-in. You feel me? We talk about Martin Luther King all the time. He probably got more case histories and criminal charges than all of us. It's just because what he was doing. But I just wanted to show, if we would have ever stopped, we'd have never made it to where we was at. So
they crawl so we can run.
Yeah, so, I used to think about that, like, God, like, what shirts is what's called? And I even went to go read, like, what is copyright, 20% of what's it called? But, it's still a fine line.
Yeah, so...
Because I think it's Home Fenty, or whatever. It's that clothing line. But they make shoes that look like Jordan 1s.
Yeah, sometimes they just get that mold.
But I think they're going to court for a copyright infringement because them shoes. But them shoes is hard, though. I ain't gonna lie, the shoes is hard.
That's like... what's them bathing apes?
Yeah.
Patent leather Air Force Ones.
Right.
They got it to where they can use the mold.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Home Finney, I know I was reading about them going to court.
Yeah, it's a fine line between.
Yeah,
that's why I just create stuff from scratch.
Yeah, me too. So I figure like if they take it, it's all mine. So that's why I created AMF. I use wings. Always moving forward, and the wings are symbolization. And I feel like if we can ever get wings, we can go wherever we want to.
Yeah. If
we can just fly, we can go wherever we want to, and your mind can.
Kanye said,
right?
Just give me a spaceship. I'll fly away.
Yeah, a little crazy though, but
I don't say he's just different.
He's different.
He's different. He's a outside the box thinker. He doesn't conform to what society says something is. He's outside the box thinker. He's okay. And sometimes it might come off as a little crazy.
I was gonna vote for him for president.
I wasn't finna waste my vote though.
Who would you vote for?
I don't want to talk about politics.
Oh, yeah.
I don't talk about politics.
You should. What you gonna do next year? 2024.
I'm just gonna celebrate 2023 right now.
It's coming, my boy.
I don't know.
You got Trump or Biden?
I don't even know who. We don't even. They haven't even did the.
It's Trump, Biden, or the dude from Florida.
I don't even know. So we'll see.
All right.
We'll see.
The dude from Florida. They voted for no Black history in class, right?
Yeah, I know.
He gonna be president.
So slavery was a good thing.
He gonna be president.
I know. So I don't know. See, that's why I won't get political, man. I don't know.
He gonna be president. All the black people move away. Y'all got to move.
Yeah, I don't know. But what are your 5 favorite brands growing up?
Growing up?
Yeah.
That's hard, you know, because I'm gonna name brands that gonna sound like dinosaurs because we were so young. But I know Sean John. Was my favorite, one of the favorite brands. Fubu was hot.
Oh yeah,
when I was younger. Fubu was
Fubu
really
was hot.
Yeah, Fubu.
I remember they had that fake Fubu.
Right.
Talk about your F and your B ain't supposed to be connected.
Right. Aniche was hot.
Yeah.
Y'all might laugh, but Echo was hot.
Oh yeah, that Echo Unlimited.
Echo was hot back in our day.
I bought me a cold Echo jogger suit. Wasn't even called joggers back then, but I bought it from the swap mall. I think I paid about $100 for the top and the bottom.
Echo was hot, and I'm gonna give y'all some sleepers, y'all. Dickies was hot in my days.
My mama wouldn't let me buy Dickies. She said, because she worked at group homes too. She said, nope, that's what the kids at the group home. That's what the gangsters is wearing. I said, damn, I wanted me a Dickie short suit set.
So those are the fashions that I remember wearing all the time. And what I learned in fashion is it's not the label on the clothes is how you put it together.
Oh yeah, that's how you put it together. That's what, I didn't realize that till I got older.
That's how you put it together. Hey, I know I came from a school like on a financial budget because I remember when the Colorados came out, it was the fake Tims.
Oh yeah, they was rocking them.
Oh man, it was the hottest things at our school. Everybody had a pair of Colorados.
With a jean suit.
Yeah.
Everybody had some Colorados. I had the Clarks. I had the Clarks from Walmart. I was hot though. I had the brown pair and the black pair. But I had that with my jean suit and my the Hawaiian Dragon Ball Z shirts.
Oh, you used to kill them damn
Oh
shirts.
man. But everybody had the Hawaiian. Everybody was wearing Hawaiian shirts with jean outfits.
We thought we was hot back. You couldn't tell us.
That was hip hop. That was hip hop. Walking around on campus every day.
Right. I tell people. I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. I was like, the crazy part is what influenced my fashion is probably New York. New York has a lot of. It has a lot of influence in the fashion. Because even when I was younger, and I'm thinking about like who's the hottest dresser, Fabulous, the rapper.
Yeah.
Hey, when I was younger, Lil Wayne was hot. He used to dress.
Oh yeah, you was like a Lil Wayne fanatic though.
When I was younger, Wayne could dress, and he had more than 2 dreads. You feel me?
that was your life mission.
Oh man,
that was like your life mission in college to let everybody know. You was letting everybody know Lil Wayne was the hottest rapper in the game. But this is before Carter One. This is like the Carter One Lil Wayne before he started making the mixtapes. Like he was like a Lil Wayne fanatic. Like man, you could have been the head of the fan club because you was pumped. You would let people borrow your Zoom or your iPod. Man, take it to class with you. Just listen to it.
Get it in your system, my boy. Get it in your system. I blame all that on junior college too, because I remember I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, hey, before I went to junior college, all I listened to was E40, Snoop Dogg, the East Side Boys, the Outlaws, Tupac. I probably didn't listen to nothing outside of California before I went to college.
We were still East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah, so when I went to college, that's when I remember when I went to college, Young Jeezy was on the scene.
He was hot. That Thug Motivation.
Whoo, that was probably the best album I heard outside of California.
Yeah, that was that.
And then
Thug Motivation.
I knew about Lil Wayne, and then they introduced me into the Drought series.
That mixtape Wayne.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Everything he touched, he destroyed.
Yeah.
I was like, if he had your song, it wasn't your song no more.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hey, to this day, Swag Surfing. I do not remember it as their song no more. That's Lil Wayne's song. Swag Surfing is Lil Wayne's song. I like
that. What's the one he took from Miguel? I can put the cash.
Oh yeah,
in a rubber band.
Yeah. Sure thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but he influenced fashion a lot because the stuff he was wearing was just out of this world. Yeah. He'd come with the big teddy bears on the shoes.
Oh, and then the fashion icon was Kanye West.
Oh yeah, he that backpack rap.
He showed us how to get grown man fresh.
Oh yeah, but that's the only way he was getting in the club.
Yeah, Kanye West showed us how to get grown man fresh.
Get your polo button up with your jacket and your nice little jeans. Oh man, with some fresh. That's why I was wearing them Adidas shell toes. 2 for $89.
I remember Kanye West. That was at Just for Feet. At
Foot Locker. Champs and Foot Locker. Everybody had the 2 for $89 shell toes.
I think Just for Feet was the big one.
That's what Just for Feet had where you can get shoes for $20.
Right.
You get some $20. I remember I bought some shoes for basketball there, some New Balance basketball shoes for $20.
And you know, I was thinking like even when I went to college, that kind of twisted my fashion too because I was used to the things that we said, jean suits. Then I went to college and I started seeing people wear Fila's. I was like, really?
But that's because you was hanging around them cats from the South, so
yeah.
they style was Fila's if they was from Atlanta, or Reebok Classics. I remember X.
Yep.
It was all, man, y'all wearing all these Jordans and stuff, man. Just give me some Jabot jeans and some Reebok Classics and a white tee.
Right.
I'm gonna kill all y'all boys.
Right.
I said, man, or they'll be wearing that Coogee.
Mm-hmm.
Like, God, what nobody wear no Coogee out.
Another person that influenced my fashion, like I knew there's a person I went to college with. His name was Jarrell Hayes, and the only reason why I know like he always ironed his clothes. He put his outfits together. They hung up so neatly in his closet. He'll get dressed. He'll be all ironed up. Put his jewelry on. All. You know, he from the South, so he had to have his chain, his watches, and all that. I used to be like, man, because, you know, coming from California, like, we really didn't, you know, see that. And I was like, man, this is okay. Yeah. I remember my boy Bird from Miami, whole Dickie suit, the long sleeve, the entire the shirt, the pants.
He ice cubed out
with some soldieries on or some Bo Jacksons.
Yeah.
And he was from Miami, so he had 4 dreads, 4 big old dreads.
Yeah, that's them. What do they call those dreads?
I have no clue. Yeah, 4.
I like to call them the Basquiats. That's the only person I know. Them Basquiats, like Cam Newton got.
Yeah, he had 4 of them. So I definitely remember that, and I definitely remember, like, you know, fashion was different.
Yeah, it's different. It's different all over the world.
Oh, man.
Because what happened with, remember when the slides first started getting popular? They used to laugh at people who used to wear the slides with socks. So you got slides on with socks? What?
I tell people all the time. Listen, they was telling me, it was actually like, what type of? I said, listen, if you white, you wear thong sandals with no socks.
Yeah, I was on that for a while.
Right.
I said, shorts.
But it's the fancy thong sandals though. It's not. I said, if you're Asian, you wear the plastic thong sandals with no socks.
Oh man, we go too far now.
I'm just telling you. If you black, you wear. Hey, if you black, you wear the slides with socks.
Yeah.
I don't see too many black people wearing no socks in their slides.
Yeah. Only when they probably going to the pool.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Other than that, they probably peel their socks off too.
Yeah.
Black people always wearing socks. I hardly see black people.
I go naked feet sometimes.
How often you go naked feet? I hardly see black people.
Depending on if I'm just going to the store or something, in and out.
Yeah, I don't see people with the naked feet.
I be looking rough. If I got naked feet, man, I'm ashy. I'm just looking busted and disgusted.
Remember back in the days, you wouldn't even leave the house like that.
Nah, not. But now as you get older, you it's stuff you just don't care about no more. Like, man, I'm just going to the store real quick.
Right.
Just let me go in and out.
Get in there real quick.
Yeah, in and out. Hoping nobody don't see me. I'm not going to Walmart or nothing. I probably go to grocery outlet, but I'm definitely not going to Target. They're gonna think I'm stealing. Coming there like that.
Target. I tell people Target. They look at me every time crazy when I don't feel comfortable on Target. Walmart treat me like a family.
Oh yeah.
They embrace me. They know hey, we know you probably gonna steal. Let me watch you though. Target.
Oh yeah. I hate when they be watching me at the self checkout. I said if I get to start struggling at self checkout, some of this stuff ain't getting rang up. I said, man, y'all killing me. Y'all got me doing more work than the cashier.
Dude, I remember I was watching the what's called with Charleston White, and he was talking about the sale. He's like, listen, if y'all don't get them cashiers back in the store, y'all gonna keep losing money.
Oh yeah.
He said, because I'm gonna scan every other item.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Sometimes, man, some Farmer John, some Bar S got rung up, and Farmer John's left the store. I say, I feel like I'm the customer, so I feel like I should pay what I want to pay.
Right?
I get all the work.
I wish it worked that way. I wish it did.
not till you own your own business. Like, no, man, this stuff costs me. I can't give it to you for $5.
Oh man, did you get that a lot too?
Not as much no more.
I remember even like my jackets. When I first brought them out, I sold them for like $100.
Yeah.
And I was watching people sell them for like $300. I remember when the dude made them, he's like, man, you probably can get $250 for these. I was like, nah, I don't want all that. Just a little Hyundai.
Yeah.
And even people was like, hey, Vic, can I get it for like the $70? I was like, God damn.
You already getting a deal.
You trying to undervalue my work. I put a lot of work and sleepless nights into this.
Yeah.
And it's like, can I get it for the set? You just undervaluing me, my boy?
Yeah. Now They want a hookup. They want a discount.
Another thing I learned about, the clothing business, like, there's going to be some times where you got to take some losses.
Oh yeah, I know that firsthand.
At the beginning, my sweaters wasn't selling like I wanted them to, and I know it's because it's from social proof. People need to see other people wearing it because we the mimic community. Yeah. And so, like, I had to think, like, okay, Victor, do you want to continue to try to push these sweaters and make money off them, or do you just want to eat this money and get the social proof, get people in these sweaters so people can see them? Yeah. And then, hopefully down the line, people will start coming. So, I was like, okay, we finna eat this. We finna eat this money and we finna get this out. Yeah. So, I'm connecting with a lot of my people. Like, when I first did this, I didn't try to use my connections, I just tried to sell. Get out there on your own. So now I'm like, okay, let me start connecting with my people. And I got a lot of people. I'm from Fresno. I went to college. I got a lot of friends all over the place. So I started hitting my boys from Florida. Hey, I'm gonna start sending you some stuff. I just need you to wear it, put it on there, send it back to me. Start hitting my boys from New Orleans, Georgia. Hit my boy Sherman, DC. Hey, I need y'all to put
model
this on.
now. You got model size now.
Right. I need y'all to put this on. One of my first customer was my boy Kenny Patterson. I just told him what I got going on. He ordered a shirt, which I really appreciated that. But just getting people in your clothes, sometimes you got to take an L. Sometimes you won't get what you pay for it. Yeah. I'm not a print on demand. I like to have inventory. In my mind, I think one day, I'm gonna have so much inventory when I want to go get clothes, I could just walk into the room and get inventory.
That's what I do.
I want a building one day. I want celebrities to call, like, hey Vic, can I come to the warehouse and pick out something? For sure.
You gotta speak it into existence.
For sure, you can come. And that's what I think about when I want to scale this brand. Yeah. And I think thus far, I don't think we have put out a terrible product. I would, if I could do my shirts over, I probably would do them over. But prior to that, I don't think we put out a terrible product yet.
Just keep grinding, man.
Comparison to, like other companies, what I see, I don't try to compete with people. I just stay in my lane. You feel me? Yeah. This is me, always moving forward. This is my lane. I like Letterman coats. I like bomber coats. We're going to come out with sweatsuits. I'm coming out with jeans and stuff. Everything. Yeah. I'm coming out with everything.
He's going to beat you over the head in the fall collection.
Oh yeah,
and that winter collection.
Oh yes, other clothing lines, be ready. We coming.
Oh yeah,
we coming.
I gotta get on my game now.
My next, I'm gonna even tell y'all my next video, man. I'm finna come out like Bray Wyatt. You feel me? We're gonna come out, a couple of people. We're gonna come out with a candle. You just gonna see
come out Bray Wyatt. Yeah, like his wrestling bag, huh?
You feel me? We're gonna come out with Bray Wyatt with the candle. You just gonna see. You're gonna see the always moving forward. Then we're gonna blow the candle out. You're going to see a room full of people with the clothing on.
I'm going to do it tonight. No, I'm messing with you. That's a lot. That's a lot of production right there.
It's, but it's being able to stand out at first.
You got to be able to stand out.
At first, like, trying to get my niche and trying to feel like what I want, like, because I really didn't know, so I started watching a lot of people. And as you get to start doing it, you kind of know what you want. Yeah. You kind of know
vision.
What you want. Yeah, I definitely know what I want now. Yeah. I definitely can see it. Now, it's just being able to get people that, can make it come to life. Yeah. To help me make it come to life. So my content will get 1,000 times better. Oh, yeah. Because I see it now.
Yeah, that's all. Me? I catch myself just thinking about stuff to do. Like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Then I just start doing it, then just...
I just sit in the house or ask my son, like, hey, what is the new fancy stuff? And he'd try to tell me some stuff to do. I try to ask him because, the young people know.
Oh, yeah, they up on game.
I tell people, if you want to make some money, hang around young people. Yeah. They'll figure it out.
Like Kanye said, I don't listen to nobody that's older than me.
Yeah, man, the young people will figure it out.
Than me.
And you know what? The younger generation, they crazy, but I idolize them a little bit because the younger people, they're not going to take none of that. Yeah. From a job, from you. Oh, yeah. If you had a job and you mess with a young person, they ain't give me no 2 weeks. They quit today. Oh yeah, I'm done today.
I noticed that in coaching. They will quit a sport because they don't like the coach or they don't. Oh no, you making me run too much. I'm not doing all that.
They're not going. They're not listening. As us as older people, we intrinsically we took some stuff. We going to work mad and disappointed. Like I really don't want to be here. Young people ain't having that. Oh yeah. They're not going to work mad or disappointed. I quit. Oh yeah. I'm idolizing them. I'm like, man, one of the young, because at the place I work at, I'm a supervisor, so I have people that work under me. I think I had like 24 or 48 staff that work under me. And the young people always quitting. He like, Vic, man, I got to take this, man. he's like, I'm so jealous because I feel the same way too, but I got responsibilities.
You got kids.
He was like, yeah, I ain't taking this. Vic, you might as well find another staff because I won't be here tomorrow.
Oh man, at least he gave you that though.
I wanted to hug him, and I was kind of jealous. Like, I want to be on your same energy. I want to be able to tell this job it's just a wrap, y'all.
Yeah,
it's a wrap.
Eventually, man, you'll be able to do that.
Oh yes.
Give it about another year.
For me, even with this job, like at a point, I don't want to work there no more, but I want to still be accessible to the kids to be able to help them and be able to, guide them. So, even with my job, I do talk about, like a hybrid role where I can still come in and mentor them and do stuff like that. But I don't want to work.
Becoming a man type.
Yeah, I don't really like, work on the floor because I really don't work on the floor with them now. I just train staff, but I want to be able to still mentor them, and give them hope, and because that's all these kids.
Got out here with that office talk, work on the floor when I'm not on the floor.
Yeah.
Not in the trenches no more.
Nah.
You ain't that 2:30 to 10:30.
I'm not getting cussed out no more. I'm not getting cussed out, assaulted.
Oh yeah,
none of that no more.
Shout out to man all the people that's working with the at-risk youth, man. That's going in there to make a living for their family, but have to deal with just stuff that they shouldn't have to deal with, but put up with it because they got something bigger in mind. Shout out to them.
For sure, man. They need y'all. I just want to let y'all know, don't give up. They definitely need y'all. And even on them hard days, just remember, man, they trying to work through their stuff. And they got years of past trauma and, nobody to ever tell them how to deal with it. So
yeah,
you might be working with a 17-year-old that's still 10.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You just got to be able to, take it a day at a time and, you chipping away at it.
Yep.
But I can promise you if you stay consistent, eventually you'll start to see, the growth that you want. So,
Any shout outs before we go?
No, I just want to, I want to shout out the team, everybody that helped, King Size Kicks. I want to shout out the family, shout out all my friends, and shout out the competitors.
Yeah.
We coming. That's all I gotta say.
Sound like Coach Prime.
We coming.
We him. Shout out to Coach Prime.
All right,
he said we coming.
For sure.
Yeah. I'm be watching you, man. I'm watching too.
Yeah.
I'm watching you grow, watching you do your thing, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. I feel like I've been there from the beginning.
You have. It was a thought. I remember when we did the photo shoot and Emmanuel was talking about it. He was like, man, this has been here forever. We were just waiting for him to put it together.
Yeah.
And, he was telling the truth. It has been there forever. And what I could just tell people is, sometimes you just got to leap. It's scary.
Yeah, you just got to go for it.
It's scary because, I tell people, this is all my money. Ain't nobody, every loss and win is on me.
Yeah,
you feel me? It's all my money. Ain't nobody else putting money in it. This is me. Every loss and win is on me, no matter who helping or who not. That's me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but sometimes you gotta quit being scared and you gotta jump out there and then
just go for it.
And then for people that's that's trying to strive for this or you get their own business, sometimes you got to make sacrifices. You got to stop doing stuff. You got to stop going out.
Yeah.
I sat down for 6 months before this even came out. People didn't even know. Some people like, Victor, you still live in Fresno? I was sitting down 6 months to myself.
Yeah.
Trying to figure this out. Studying YouTube online, taking master classes. Really, I mean, I got like 4 or 5 notebooks with notes and ideas. Like, I didn't even know I can write so damn much. But, just putting it all down. And, one thing I learned that I would tell everybody, write it down.
Yeah, that's my...
Write your goals down. So them days when you feel insecure, you feel like quitting, you remember what you're fighting for.
Yeah.
You can open the book and you can see it. Okay, this is the goal. And that's what I learned. Write it down.
Write it down.
And once you can write it down, you can see it, and you'll always remember it, and you'll remember what the goal is, and you'll remember like things that you need to do every day. And for me, that was the hardest part. Like, what do I do every day with a clothing line? Like, what am I supposed to do every day to try to scale it? Do I just post pictures? Do I get influencers? Trying to figure out what you do every day, and you just got to find your own niche in what you do, but. Every day it's something every day. It's either, one day for me, it's either one day I'm on the Instagram, I'm studying. I'm looking at other clothing brands, seeing what they is doing, seeing how they get motion, and seeing what they were. But I can tell y'all, for me, the biggest clothing brand that inspired me, like I want to go big, There's a clothing brand. Y'all go look at this guy. His name is Cortez.
Cortez.
You can find him on Facebook. Cortez is, man, how this dude scaled his clothing brand is exactly how I want it. He has videos where, he's just throwing T-shirts, selling them to people, and he has to have security and barricades. And the crowd breaks through the barricade. I'm talking about 4,000 or 5,000. And he running down the street, running them way. They trying to get to him. I'm like, oh my God.
Clothes, huh?
Man, this dude is so cold, man. Everything he dropped sell out. I was
about to check him out.
Everything he dropped sell out, man. He's definitely has the blueprint for what it comes to this street brand. But y'all check out Cortez, man. This young dude is he out here doing it.
Out there getting it.
Man, and for me, that's where I want to be able to scale like that or even above. You feel me? I want to be able to have my clothing line. Like, I remember a dude that was like, Vic, I can help you. And he was like, these are some of the brands he helped. Then he had Vans and Skechers. I'm like, hell yeah. I want AMF right under Vans. Like, I wanted to be that big. So he was like, yeah, we started at grassroots when nobody was wearing Vans. I was like, yeah, I remember them days.
Oh, yeah, we was there. We was there.
We was the Vans ones,
getting things for $40. Had all the pairs.
Well, man, I got my Vans on, but like sneakers,
right? It was
right?
good for dancing, boy. Them Vans, boy, in that club dancing.
The pack put Vans on. I tell people all the time I felt like I wore Vans before the pack did it, but nobody will give me my credit.
Y'all like a week before y'all went to the Vans store.
Like a week before.
Because the song, I don't know, y'all just knew. Then you and Emmanuel went to the Vans store. Came back. I was looking at y'all. That niggas bought some Vans. I said, okay. Yeah. Y'all was proud too. Yeah, man, I got these ones. I got the black ones. I said, look at these. I said, okay. Right. I think Emmanuel bought the first checkerboard ones. Mm-hmm. But now Vans is official.
They're like $90 now.
Yeah, that's too much.
Right?
Too much for some Vans. Chucks too.
Man, it kind of hurt my heart when I be looking at like, I'm not paying that, man.
Yeah.
I remember our old price, but that's like Air Force One. What was it, 90? I think they're like
95.
They're like 110 now.
They keep going up.
That's
but
crazy.
they was $55.
I remember those.
FTK. Shout out to Sam from FTK, man. Had the plug on all the sneakers.
Right.
And the music and the clothes.
That was Cove with the music too. Cove and Ron.
Yeah, I was his biggest competitor. He said I messed up the game, man.
Cove started undercutting the competitors.
But I did that I got that from Paid in Full. Boy, man, they say you give it to them at a low price, man. They keep coming back.
Right.
You keep selling that high, they only gonna get one thing.
And I tell people, like, it's hard, like, when I think of marketing strategy, it's hard not to think, like, Paid in Full, like, I seen how they take it over. Then I think, like, people, like, I think about, like, wrestling. I think how, like, the NWO showed up on the scene.
You got references, though.
And they took wrestling over. They took wrestling to this day. Like, I tell people, I even remember wrestling. NWO was so big, they made a game. NWO versus
the world.
Why?
No, WCW, NWO versus the world.
And we're talking about just a group. And they were so big.
They tore it up. That's three people, though. That was three guys that had a following, but then got an even bigger following when they was able to do what they wanted to do.
And when I think of a brand, that's how I want to dominate.
Yeah.
The NWO dominated wrestling. That's how I want to dominate brands. Like, I think of that dominate. Yeah. Paid in Full.
Oh, yeah, Paid in Full.
He came from the cleaners.
Yeah.
Oh, came from the cleaners.
George Jefferson of the ghetto.
Right. The cleaners. But, just like Nip said, he had the vision. Yeah. But he just didn't have the opportunity until it fell in his lap.
Yeah, you got to have right timing. Right. It's all about timing.
It fell in his lap and he was ready. I always feel like there's no such thing as lucky. It's for people that is prepared and ready for the opportunity.
What they say, when preparation meets, opportunity meets preparation.
You ready.
When preparation meets opportunity.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I think about when I'm, scaling the clothing brand. I want to be in this game forever. I want to be in this game 20 years from now, 30 years from now. And then, I want to be able to see my clothing brand, grow. I would love to be able to, in the future, in the 10, 20 years from now, to take the streetwear off of it and it just be, wear. You feel me?
Like Ralph Lauren.
Yeah, I want to, as I evolve as an adult too, my clothing brand will probably evolve as well too. Yeah. But right now we in this fashion, so that's where we at.
Yeah, that's where we at right now.
Yeah. So that's what I want to do, man. But shout out to everybody that support. Thank you for all the fans. Thank you for all the people that called. Thank you for all the people that motivate me. When my head is low, people that help pick my head up. I appreciate that. And, you know, without y'all, I couldn't be where I'm at today. So I definitely appreciate that.
About the people.
All right.
So, man, that's the episode for today, man. Where can they find you at? One more time, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Always Moving Forward Brand Instagram, Always Moving Forward Brand Facebook. You can find me on Always Moving Forward Brand TikTok, and you can find me at Always. What was it called again?
/
Always / movingforward.com.
Yeah.
That's the website where it got all the fresh drip. You know, we going back to school. I'm finna open up a back to school sale. Pretty much, I'm finna go on a real blowout sale too to get rid of the. I got like 6 or 7 jackets left, so I'm finna, you know, put them at 50%.
Oh man!
So they might be like $60, $55 in the next week or two, and so to sell them out. So if you want a jacket,
get y'all ready for the winter.
If you want a jacket, because once I put them to 55, they're gone.
Yeah. It's good. What 40 say? They good as sold.
But they're gone at 55. They're gone.
Yeah.
And you know what? Shout out to my boy Manny as well. Manny was the first person. Manny, and shout out to Lynetta. They was the first 2 people that bought all the jackets. Manny bought all the colors? 5 of them.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
And Lynetta as well bought all 5 of them as well. So shout out to them for their support.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah.
So man, just keep looking out, man, for that fall collection, and that winter collection is coming to you. Till next time, y'all have a good one. Peace.
See ya.